Once upon a time, there was a young boy named Ben who had always dreamt of becoming an engineer. One day, he approached his teacher, Mr. Davis, with an idea. "I want to build a bridge," Ben said, his voice full of excitement. "I want to build a bridge across the river near our village." Mr. Davis, a wise and experienced teacher, smiled kindly. "That's a big dream, Ben. Are you ready for the challenge?" Ben hesitated. "I don't know. It's such a huge task. The river is wide, and the bridge would need to be strong and long. I don't even know where to begin." Mr. Davis chuckled softly and placed a reassuring hand on Ben's shoulder. "Ben, every great project begins with a single step. And sometimes, the hardest part is just deciding to take that first step." Together, they walked to the riverbank, where the site for the bridge was to be built. The river stretched wide and fast before them, its current rushing past rocks and trees. The landscape was beautiful but daunting, the river seeming to go on forever. "There it is," said Mr. Davis, pointing to the empty space. "The place where the bridge will stand. But as you can see, it's not built yet. It's just an empty space." Ben looked at the wide river, then at Mr. Davis. "But how can I build a bridge across all this? It seems impossible." Mr. Davis smiled, kneeling down beside Ben. "The first step, Ben, is simple. It's laying the foundation. That's where we'll start. We don't need to worry about the whole bridge right now. Just one stone. Place it right here." Mr. Davis picked up a large, smooth stone from the riverbank and handed it to Ben. "This is your first step, the first stone of the bridge." Ben took the stone and carefully placed it where Mr. Davis had pointed. He stood up and looked at the river again, feeling both proud and unsure. "But Mr. Davis," he asked, "how do I know what comes next?" "Don't worry about that just yet," Mr. Davis said gently. "You've laid down the first stone. That's the important part. The rest will come in time. You'll build upon this foundation, just like your dream." As he grew older, Ben studied engineering, learning about bridges and how they were built. He never forgot the first stone. The more he learned, the more he realized that the key to any great achievement was simply beginning. Just as Mr. Davis had said, the first step was often the hardest. Finally, after many years of study and work, Ben returned to the river. Now, a grown man with the skills to make his dream a reality. Standing at the spot where he had placed the first stone all those years ago, he smiled. The foundation had been laid, and now he was ready to build the bridge. Ben took a deep breath, feeling both nervous and excited. The task before him was still large, but he knew how to start. Just as he had done so many years ago, he took the first step. And from that single action, everything else began to fall into place.